What's up, Lit P people? I don't know why I say that. That's weird. I need to stop saying that. Lit people. Yeah. What's up, Lit people?
We need to figure out a name for our fans.
Oh yeah, I'm not recording. I think I am recording, so I can just take this off the next one. All right. Anyways, this is episode 50. Next episode is 51. The next episode is a year's
52
worth of Lit P.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be lit. But in this episode, we're talking about, we start off with some breakfast restaurants and then move into the long, extensive, yet brief history of our high school band, A Daily Walk.
Wow.
And you get to see the beginnings. But the next episode is where it gets juicy.
Oh.
For sure.
Very.
Hope you enjoy. Go ahead and follow us on the stuff you need to follow us on. Subscribe on the stuff you need to subscribe on. If you want to become a patron, go to litp.com. No, go to patreon.com/litp. Let's get this show rolling. Welcome to another great episode of Life in the Pocket.
Life in the Pocket.
I went back and listened to the first episode a couple of days ago.
Did I text y'all that I did that the other day?
No.
So I was mowing my yard, same thing. So I was listening to the latest episode, and then it automatically went back to the beginning and played the first episode, and I was like, this is kind of funny. I'll just listen to it. Bro, we've come a long way.
But what's kind of funny is I really like the this is why I was like, Evan needs to come on the pod, because Evan had a very dry addition that was funny, yet very dry.
Funny. It was funny. There was some very funny parts, but there were also some parts where I was just like, what is happening?
The cussing story is still the greatest of all time.
That was in the first episode?
Yeah.
I must not have made it all the way through. I know I listened to like the first half and where we were talking about the names.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it was funny. It was a funny episode.
And so looking back, I can't remember all the submissions, but like Milk and Honey.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
White Walls.
Yeah, Milk and Honey, I feel like it was just as dumb as Life in the Pocket, yet we gave it so much more admiration.
Yeah.
McCaslin submissions, Backline, and Out of Phase.
Yes.
I felt like Out of Phase would have been a very gimmicky podcast, but we just totally shot him down.
Yeah, totally.
And then...
Sorry, Mash, but not sorry, because those names weren't as good.
There were some other ones where I was like, I mean, those didn't sound as horrible as now that I'm hearing them now, but we have Life in the Pocket.
Meat Milk?
Yeah, Meat Milk.
Jeremy posted in the group chat, and I don't know if he was kidding.
Me either.
I couldn't tell, so I didn't respond.
Yes.
But he said that he had a blog called Meat Milk, and I would just like to know if that was true or not. I don't know if it is. Don't know if it isn't.
I doubt it's still up, but I just typed in Meat Milk Jeremy Jackson. I can't find anything.
Must have been fake. But we didn't even mention that Mash isn't here. I mean, I guess if you're watching and listening, then you know. But I don't know what he was. He had a prior engagement today. I'm not sure what he was doing.
I know exactly what he was doing.
What's that? Tell us while you crunch that ice.
He was abandoning his patrons at Litp.
Hey, that's true. That's what you're doing, Mash. You're making a choice.
Yeah.
And you're choosing to let down the patrons.
Can I just give a rec before we go ahead and get started in today's...
I'm sorry, give a what?
A recommendation.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
I
thought you meant like a rec, like WRECK, rec.
Yeah. No, this is
like a car wreck.
An REC. Rec.
Got it.
So, to just go ahead and open up this rec, I am a breakfast fan. So
okay.
Like, I like to go to think of your Greasy Spoon, mom and pop shop breakfast place, wherever you are if you're not from Shreveport. But you have Strawn's.
You got Country Kitchen.
I've never been to Country Kitchen.
I haven't either, but I heard it shutting down. Thanks a lot, COVID. Gosh.
It's places that needed to die.
Man.
So you got Strawn's, IHOP, obviously Waffle House.
Right.
All those kind of Waffle House.
Rank those right now on the spot.
Just those three?
the only ones that we have like higher end. Like we have another broken egg.
Yeah.
And we have like First Watch.
And that's where I'm getting at.
Okay.
Is First Watch is the best breakfast place. Okay. And so I originally was a hater. Like when we were in the first when we were in the beginnings of this podcast,
right.
I met Mash was like, "Hey, let's go have breakfast or something." Mm-hmm. And so I was like, "Where?" He said, "First Watch," and I was like, "You're such a hipster."
Lame.
Like, it's probably the most dumb place ever.
Nice.
Okay? So, we go and I get this same thing. I don't get all the healthy stuff.
Whoa. Y'all hear that? That's aliens.
Yeah.
I heard aliens.
Let me just put that back down.
Nice.
Check.
Nice.
1, 2. Okay. So, anyways.
Did anybody catch that Drake and Josh reference, by the way?
I didn't know that was
aliens. That's a great episode where Drake and Josh they think they're convincing Megan that aliens exist. They use a ham radio to... anyway.
And then Megan makes them think aliens exist?
Yes. That she reverses it on them.
I never saw it, but I knew that's probably what happened.
Yeah. Well, they put on like this big alien costume and like they think they're scaring her, and then she is actually set up, spoilers, for another person dressed as an alien to scare them in classic Megan fashion. And it's a pretty good episode. Right up there with when they what kind of animal do they have for a while? Is it a goat? You remember?
Bro, I don't remember that.
What is it? I can't remember. They keep it in the garage. I can't remember. This is later season. Sorry. Continue.
So First Watch is phenomenal. Let me just summarize
First Watch
that up.
is first place for you?
Yes. Okay. So Another Broken Egg used to be first place, but I feel like every time I go there, they change their menu, and that's not for me. I don't like change. I like to get the same thing I get.
What do you get at First Watch?
You get the farmhouse hash with no tomatoes. So
what is in the farmhouse hash?
It's got avocado, bacon, the hash browns, and I get an over medium egg.
Oh, okay, good call.
And it's got some onions mixed in there.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's
just a big platter of it.
Yes, bon appetit.
Bone app the teeth, man.
Yes, bone apple tea.
That's good stuff.
And IHOP, I like IHOP's pancakes, but it's IHOP. Everybody's got a million of them.
I've told the story of why I can't go to IHOP, haven't I?
I don't think I've ever
about
heard that.
How me and Molly. This is a short story. I feel like IHOP just has a stigma about it already. It's IHOP, whatever. Some people love it. We were there once, and there was a kid at the table next to us that vomited on the floor.
Nice.
And guess how long it took someone to clean it up?
Please don't say 30 minutes.
Well, I don't know how long it took, because after about 30 minutes, we got up and left.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was nasty. And so since then, I haven't been able to go back. So I'll say this, like IHOP, I feel like this about IHOP, okay? IHOP and Waffle House is kind of the typical like rivalry, right? Yeah. So Waffle House is not trying to be anything but Waffle House.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
Waffle House is pretty dirty usually.
Yeah.
It's kind of grungy in there, but it's Waffle House. Like that's what you're going into when you go there.
I was watching a comedy, or somebody showed it to me after I described a recent experience at Waffle House, and the comedian said, Waffle House is like walking into a gas station bathroom that sells waffles.
That is so true. That is so spot on. Literally, you walk in, your feet kind of slide a little bit because of the grease on the floor. Like but that is what you expect. IHOP, I think, kind of masquerades as a more established, like finer dining experience, but really it's not. It's not as good. Like, first off, I don't think it tastes as good as Waffle House. I mean, it's pancakes instead of waffles. I get it. But, like, I think the overall dining experience is better at Waffle House. Now, when you throw in Strawn's. If you're local, you know what Strawn's is. And here's what I think about Strawn's. I don't think it's bad. I think it's good. But I think they're too proud of it.
I would agree with that.
You know what I mean? Like if it was at the same price point as Waffle House, I'd be all over it.
Yeah.
But you can't leave that place without paying. If it's me and Molly, not even bringing kids into this.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend $25, $30 somehow there. Like, I don't understand that. Like, that food to me is supposed to be at a, like, cheap price point. It's just bacon and eggs and toast, people. It's not like we're paying for, like, this extravagant deal.
Yeah, you can buy a dozen eggs at the store for, like, $2.
Yeah, like, you're literally paying. I mean, they're making a fortune. Don't get me wrong. They're doing it right. I mean, from a business perspective, because it stays packed out. I get it. And it's good. I'm just saying, like, that. I guess that's also my only rub with First Watch. It's good. It's good. But when I'm buying breakfast food, like breakfast dinery type food, which I guess First Watch you kind of get out of, it's less diner. Yeah, it's a little more upscale. And so is Another Broken Egg.
Yeah.
But like with Waffle House, IHOP, Strawn's type food, I don't know why. I just have an issue paying a lot of money for it because I feel like I could almost make it at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like at First Watch how they give you more options than just like omelet, eggs and toast, pancakes. Like that's like your typical like lineup.
Yeah.
Like you have more options than that. You can get like I've gotten like well, I guess biscuits and gravy is kind of typical for a like breakfast plate diner too, but their biscuits and gravy were fire when I had them. Again, they're proud of them. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I mean they're pretty tasty. Anyway, I would probably rank if I had to rank like the five breakfast places. I'm just gonna shoot them off. Let's go. I'm gonna just throw. Dang, this is tough. It's tough to. Okay, number 5, IHOP. Last place, IHOP. Let's see. What were the other ones? Crap.
Waffle House, Another Broken Egg. So you have IHOP, Waffle House, Another Broken Egg.
Okay, if I rank them
and First Watch.
If I rank them in order of where I would go first, I'd go to Waffle House first, then First Watch, Strawn's, Another Broken Egg, IHOP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so, and the thing that spurred that on is like, we go to Another Broken Egg, and it just, I don't know. Like, I got like it's like similar to the farmhouse hash.
Mm-hmm.
But you can order an omelet, and they can put it all, like, it's not omelet form, but it's kind of omelet form. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. This hissing is really driving me nuts.
It's just like, it's like they mix a bunch of stuff into scrambled eggs, kind of. Yeah,
but it's not rolled up.
Yeah,
like
right.
And the egg was like the easy egg, you know, like they didn't even use real eggs, and like, you know, you're already charging me this much money. At least buy some real. And you're called Another Broken Egg.
Right.
Like I could tell it was not.
Right.
So it was just frustrating. And then
that is frustrating.
And then Lindsay this morning was like, "Where do you want to go eat breakfast?" And I said, nothing really sounds good because we had just had Waffle House because in Halton we have
Waffle House and that's it.
And an Arby's and a gas station. So we actually just got a Sonic though. But anyways, but we've eaten that 500 times.
Yes.
So we decided to go to Waffle House, and then this morning I was just like, nothing really sounds. I guess Strawn's, and so. And that's how Strawn's is for me. I'm like,
I guess Strawn's. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So then she was like, well, I figured you'd want to go to First Watch. And I was like, that is where I want to go.
I forgot about First Watch. Yes, that.
So that's all I was thinking about this
morning. That's a good call because, First Watch is kind of in a different category too. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good call. I would probably, Waffle House and First Watch. I mean, depending on which type of, it's two kind of different types of food, like more fancy breakfast or like gas station bathroom breakfast. That is such an accurate description of Waffle House, though. But it's so classic.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
I would describe my experience, but I know everybody would judge me if I did. So I'm trying to think of a way I can, but it's just better if I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do something after, and I could show it to the patrons because they won't judge me. So,
I'm gonna save what I wanted to talk about at the beginning for the next one because that took up a good chunk there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good call. I forget what we were going to talk about.
We're going to talk about hold on. Before you say it, let me see what I sent you in text. That was the perfect title. And that's what I'm going to name the episode for sure. Let's see.
It's a big part of our life. It's the only reason that this podcast is made possible by this.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not a joke. Like, without this.
Here we go.
Okay, tell us.
We're going to be talking about the brief, extensive history of our high school band, A Daily Walk. Cue that crowd music.
Yes. So without A Daily Walk, let me tell you, we would not be sitting here because the only reason I even know this man is through A Daily Walk.
True. Very true.
So without A Daily Walk, this is not even and A Daily Walk is the only reason really that I know MASH as well.
Yeah. So
because
like on the first episode, Evan Wooten, A Daily Walk.
Mm-hmm.
His brother Jordan Wooten,
A Daily Walk. Their other brother Jameson, A Daily Walk.
And
Later
five
on.
other bass players.
Yes. Well,
But
if it started with what was his name? It started with we'll get into the brief extensive history.
Yeah. So,
sorry, I'm jumping ahead here.
So when I first heard the name Coleman and Colvin, I can't tell you for sure, but I'm pretty sure it came in a conversation like this. Bro, we know this guy who's a sick drummer that could be in our band. His name's Coleman.
Sure, it literally was that, too. That's
Yes.
probably exactly what they said.
So, here I'm going to try to give you my angle into coming in the formation of A Daily Walk, which kind of overlaps with how me, Coleman, and MASH, and Evan, and all of them became friends. But when I was in high school, the Wooten clan, we'll just call them that, came to me and said, hey, or we became friends through school and stuff like that. And then I knew they were into music. They knew I was into music. And they're like, bro, we're going to start a band.
Yeah.
We're going to become famous.
Not only were you into music, you were an athlete.
Yeah.
None of us were athletes.
That's true. But I was in band and played baseball. So
I'm not gonna lie. First Judgment, whenever I heard your name and I looked up probably your Facebook or your MySpace or whatever we used back then, and I saw you played baseball, I was like, this guy can't be good at music. He plays baseball. Like, what?
Pretty much everybody in the band judged me because I played baseball.
Because here's the thing, guys. When I came of age and I was in high school, I made a choice, right? I mean, I played tennis, but I mean, I wasn't like a high school athlete. I made a choice to pursue a more artistic path.
Yeah.
And so when you see, I mean, and here's the thing, athletes judged that, you know? Athletes,
sure.
They all kind of were like, psh, those pansies over there playing their stupid music, painting their stupid little pictures. Like, they all were judgmental. Not all
reading
of them, but
their
a lot
stupid
of
Harry Potter books.
Right. Like, what are these fools doing? So, musicians and athletes have had a lifelong
feud.
Yeah.
Disagreement.
Just a misunderstanding.
That's perfect.
A misunderstanding of like, we don't understand you. You don't understand us. So let's just stay out of each other's way. We're going to call each other names now and again, whatever, yada, yada. And we'll probably be friends in 20 years. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just a weird deal in high school. Yeah. So I see Hunter's picture. He's a baseball player. I'm like, what is this?
Immediate judgment.
I'm automatically passing judgment because I'm like, this guy's not committed. He's committed to baseball.
I was committed to baseball at the time.
So
too.
I'm like, what, guys, what are we doing? We can, first off, let's even go back further. So Evan and Jordan approached me I don't know how they approached you, but this is how they approached me. We're starting a band. We want you to play drums. right?
Very
And I'm
straight
like,
to the point.
okay, all right. Automatically, I've never heard them play music. I've never heard Jordan sing. I
At
knew
this
that.
point, though, you kind of have the same taste in music, right?
No.
Oh, really?
This is before we ever really even start hanging out. So we honestly didn't have the same taste in music at that point. I was listening to Mayday Parade and they listened to Mayday Parade. But apart from that,
Yeah, you were more.
I was heavier on the spectrum of music. And so I don't know. They approached me. I don't know if they can play, not play. So I'm like, that kind of makes me nervous. Like, because it's awkward if like they can't play and you can. Like, obviously that's super arrogant to try and.
But it's kind of a waste of your time.
Well, you don't want it to be a waste.
Yeah.
You don't want to commit to something and then be like, wow, these people suck. I'm not going to play music with them. So that's kind of nervous. That makes me nervous, rather. And they also tell me they've got this guy that's going to be in it, Hunter, who plays guitar.
Who's a
I look him
baseball
up.
player.
He's a baseball player. I'm like, what is this? So that makes me nervous because already socially, it makes me nervous when friends of friends intermingle.
Yeah.
It just makes me nervous.
I mean,
it always has made me nervous.
It's the simple form of I don't know this guy.
Right. And it's my type 9 personality, but like ever since I was little, I talk about this with Molly all the time. It still makes me nervous. Like when I have my kid's birthday party and my family and my wife's family and then our friends and my siblings and all of those people intermingle, and it just makes me nervous. It has my entire life. At my own birthday parties, I knew one group of friends was going to have to interact with my school group of friends who were going to interact with my church group of friends. And I just don't like that.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. That's all I can say. It's not that I don't like any of them more than one. It's nothing like that. It just makes me nervous.
Understandable.
Because they're going to have to interact.
Yeah.
And so all these emotions are happening, right? All these things are going through my head like, oh gosh, like, oh, I'm going to have to meet this new guy who's their friend, but I don't know him, and I don't even know if he can play music well. I don't know if anybody can play music well in this band situation. We don't even have a bass player.
We don't even know what songs we're going to play.
We don't know what style we're doing. And so I think what it came down to, you can correct me if I'm wrong, this is very vague memories. We're going to have a meeting. Like a band meeting.
Yes, I
like
remember
to
this.
discuss, I guess, our style. I don't know what it was.
But let me interject here and say on the Bossier side, I was approached by them. I say it's like we didn't know each other.
We were
like,
headhunted.
Hey, yeah, but it's not like so. They're like, hey, we're gonna start a band, and then Jordan said, it might have been Jordan or Evan, I don't know. Said we got a gig every Wednesday night.
That's what they said to you because you didn't play in church at that point.
I grew up Lutheran, so like Wednesday night church was not a thing. Okay,
Yes.
Youth ministry was not a thing. So I was
Right.
just like, oh, sick. And then they're like, but we have to play like Christian music. And
You're
so
automatically let down.
yeah, so for me, I was like, this is not cool. Very
This
not
sucks.
cool. But at least like as a band, we'll get to like mesh together, you know?
Yeah, we'll get some chemistry.
Yeah. So, and I had no idea of youth ministry at this. Like, I think I'd been to youth ministry a couple times, like a Wednesday night at Broadmoor when I was in
Right.
6th grade or
Yeah.
something like that. But other than that, it just wasn't. It wasn't in my lifestyle. So I was just like, this is new. I assumed Coleman would be there too. All this kind of stuff.
Right.
And as we've mentioned before, later Coleman played drums Wednesday night at another church. So
Right.
it ended up being we were all at Bel Air. Coleman was at
First Bossier.
and then when we would do band stuff, that's when Coleman would come and we would finally.
And I would fill
live
in on
our-
Wednesdays occasionally
Yeah.
when I could.
Yeah. But anyway, so that was my side. It was, hey, we got a gig every Wednesday night,
Right.
6:30 at the church. Got to play Christian music.
Yep. And so I can't remember exactly I remember meeting you, and it was awkward.
Was it in the computer room at the Wooten's house?
Probably.
I believe
Probably.
so. I believe
Yeah,
so.
they had. It's so funny. I don't know if this is a cultural thing. Like, it's the same thing. I talked to Molly. Like, there's certain things that families call things that like aren't I think some of it's cultural and then some of it's not. Like, randomly, this is weird, but like my family has always called the remote. This sounds so redneck, but we've always called a TV remote a TV changer. Okay. And I thought that was completely normal.
Hey, hand me that TV changer.
Exactly. I thought that was completely normal until my wife like made fun of me extensively for calling it that. And now every time I call it that, I'm like, golly, I'm such a redneck. But like there's certain things that like families just say and it's just like weird quirks. And I think this is a quirk of just, I don't know if it's our region or something, but if you have an office at a house, it's called a computer room. Like, what is that? It's so weird. But that's what my family called it. That's what Evan's family called it. Apparently, that's what you call it as well.
It has a desk. It has filing cabinets. It has all this fancy stuff that would be in an office. But the one thing,
and theirs was actually an office. Like it was like an actual office. Like
is the defining factor.
Like it had a very nice, double, whatever they're called, like a desk you'd see in like an actual office building. Very, very nice office. But it's since the computer's in there, the computer room. That's right.
Which later became a makeshift studio.
I want to know if people listening call a room where a computer is a computer room.
Is it a computer room or is it an office? And don't say studio because that's a musician thing.
Right.
But
yeah.
Another thing, so here's a cultural thing that only my family does. I'm very sure of it. We call my dad dead.
Dead?
Yes. So like if you were talking to me and you said, and like my dad walked by, like how I'm saying it now, and you said, "Hey, who is that?" I would say that's my dad.
Yeah.
But if I were addressing him, I would say, "Hey, dead."
Hey, dead.
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 Yeah. It's freaking strange.
It's kind of the same as like, people that call their mom Ma.
Yeah.
And like.
Maybe that was it. I don't know.
I like say mom, and I also say mama occasionally. But Ma, that was always like a
hey ma.
Hey ma. Like it was kind of more I don't know. You saw it in like movies and stuff, and you're like, hey, that's interesting. Call your mom Ma or Pop.
Yeah.
Hey Pop.
I've never done that.
I haven't either. But like it's always just been dad, mom and dad for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or mama. I mean, occasionally I call my mom mama, but like mom and dad. That's it.
Yep. All right.
Anyway,
moving to the meeting,
chasing some rabbit trails here.
So they both reach out when they're okay. So at this point, our bass player, who we said Jameson Wooten, was not.
He was like in 5th grade or something.
So he was not in the picture. I think at that point it was Jay Meehan.
Okay. Well, what about what's the other guy's? Okay.
Josh.
Okay. So it was Meehan first.
Yeah. Then Josh Gaston.
Then Josh.
And then I guess Jamie, or was it Josh, Jay, and Jamie?
I think it was Jay first because I can remember this is embarrassing, a band photo on the roof. Okay, yes. And originally it was Jay, and then whenever we changed to Josh, he photoshopped his face onto Jay's body.
True. That is so true.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
So I think it was Jay, Josh. Then Jamie. There might have been someone else in there.
Not to mention in this band photo. So me and Evan were standing up, leaning against.
We're putting the band photo in the show notes.
Yes,
for sure.
We'll put a link to that. But me and Evan are standing up. Everybody else is sitting on the roof of this house. We're sitting on a house.
Oh my god!
And we're leaning against.
We're outside of Evan's outside of Evan's
window
bedroom.
perch or whatever you want to call it. And we're leaning against that. Somebody photoshopped the window perch out and put us a horribly photoshopped banner that says "A Daily Walk," and we're holding the banner.
It's
over
edited
everybody.
like in this terrible purple
It's got like electric.
Oh my gosh!
Like lightning strikes.
Oh my gosh! It's terrible. Terrible.
So that was the origin. We met in the room. We talked about practically nothing other than what we already knew, which was that Coleman was going to play drums. Coleman, at that point, which this is going to start a long feud, donated a bass to Jay Meehan.
Oh, man.
And not that Jay stole it, but it was
rock and roll to the core. Yeah. It was a Dean V bass, but not just a V. It had the extra fin. The extra.
It was sick.
It was a $400 bass, guys. $400. brand new. And
he gone.
I'm pretty sure Jay pawned it off or something. I don't know what he did with it because I know he doesn't play bass, but I never saw that bass again. Here's actually the truth. I had 2 basses. So I started playing bass. I had this like, it wasn't first act, but it might as well have been. So like this little bass, it was like a 3/4 size, like junior bass or something. And I used that for a while, and then I got the Dean bass, right?
Nice.
And all these basses, and I never even really played bass. It's kind of weird. So I brought it was like this brand called Drive, that bass, to Jay so that he could use it.
Was it purple?
No, it was black.
Okay.
But it had this weird, like what
did it have? So was it
cutout,
shaped weird?
The cutaway. Yeah, it was, the cutaway was odd. I don't know how to explain it. I'm going to try to pull up a picture of it.
I feel like I remember that bass.
I brought him that bass, and then I brought him the Dean bass. And eventually, I didn't care about the Drive bass because it was a cheapo bass. But I told him, hey, I need that bass back because I think I want to sell it. And I went and met him at the Wootons. This is later on. And he brought me the Drive bass. And I was like, bro, this isn't the bass that I want. Like, I don't care about this. You can toss this one off a cliff. I don't care. I need the other one. He was like, this is the only one I have. And I was like, what happened to the other one? Like, you've been using it. And he never knew.
But if you know Jay, like most people be like, oh, that guy knew, he stole it. Like Jay is one of the people where you'd probably believe that he really just didn't know what happened to it. So, we have the meeting.
Yeah.
Nothing happens, and I would probably say for about 6 months, maybe a year, like nothing happens. Like we just say we have a band.
It was I found it. It was all black, but it was this exact body shape.
I don't remember that one.
That's the one he brought back to me, and it's worth approximately
$50.
It doesn't say. It's too old. Yeah, it doesn't give me a price. It was like $100. It was super cheap. Anyway, we have the meeting. At this point, we still, I mean, I kind of am getting familiar with all the emo music that they listen to. I had listened to Mayday Parade a little bit, but that was about as emo as it went for me. And they started introducing me to some other stuff like All Time Low. Who else? Like some Secondhand Serenade.
Yeah. Who are they? I'm trying to think of them.
The Duo. There was that one, the piano. The piano.
What, the piano guy? Oh, you're talking about. Oh yeah, that was a YouTube.
Yeah, them. But then there's
another group called a Poop Stick.
What?
A Poop Stick.
That was a group? I thought that was just a joke you made at one of the shows. We're gonna get to that later. I have it on video.
Yeah, let me try to.
There's a couple YouTube. If you go deep into the YouTube archives, you can find a Daily Walk.
That's another thing. It's like we were like YouTube people before YouTube was like big. Like this was on the.
I mean, not that anybody was really watching us, but
no, I'm saying we were. You know,
on
like Balloon
YouTube.
Shop, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like I feel like we were doing.
Dude,
that
I ask people
ago.
about Balloon Shop all the time. No one knows about Balloon Shop.
Nobody.
And I was like, bro, like that was what we grew up on.
Yeah.
Like we thought it was hilarious. Hey Ben,
what there?
What you got there, Ben? So one of the guys from that, Olin Rogers.
Oh, it was a Q stick, not a poop stick.
You said a poop stick at one of the shows.
Yeah.
It was very
Did I
awkward.
really?
Yeah, because somebody was like, hey, Evan's going to switch to acoustic for this next song. And then you said a poop stick in the mic.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cringe.
So this was like two what looked like hipster guys, and they just made covers of these punk songs and
pumped up songs,
and everybody loved the crap out of them.
Yeah. Well, like I'm trying to think of like our first we wanted to write. We didn't want to cover songs. I can remember
Yes.
that.
But we liked a lot of people who did cover songs.
Yeah, we didn't want to do that though.
Yeah.
I can remember. Well, we actually tried. We did try.
We did.
We
I
were
don't
gonna
remember that.
we were gonna cover because I recorded drums on it, and then the Wootens deleted the recordings accidentally when they were trying to import the tracks, and so they were using some free some kind of free DAW. I can't remember what it was called, but basically they were using that Samson USB mic.
The Samson
And
USB.
they were recording everything into that. And then I recorded drums with Caleb on a few songs, like a Mayday Parade song, couple Mayday Parade songs maybe. And we tried to cover and it didn't work and whatever, and nothing ever came of it. But we wanted to write our own music. And basically, if I can remember correctly, Jordan just was writing a bunch of stuff, a bunch of like lyrics and stuff, and he would play the songs for us. And I can't really remember, but like we would, it would kind of, this is like my thing with writing.
Michael Henry and Justin Robinette was those piano guys.
Yeah. And they did Slow Dancing in a Burning Room, and it was pretty good. But like I can, from as early as I can remember, that was like my first writing with that band. I'd never written music before. And even from then, I feel like my main strength was like song structure and song flow. So like he would bring these songs and I'd be like, let's make this a verse, this a chorus, maybe change these chords here to make it feel a little more like a bridge or something like that. And then we'd play it and it'd kind of be a song. And we'd be like, dang, what the heck are we?
It's
We're
like
freaking
that,
writing songs,
it's like
man.
that moment where like you finally put everything together and you're like,
Because all we'd have
everybody
to go
stops and
off
looks
of
at each
was
other.
like Jordan on piano playing like 4 chords and like singing like a few different like parts of a song over it. And then we'd change it or we'd like sometimes I remember there was one song where it was like this slower piano ballad. And I was like, we need a fast song. Let's just speed this up and make it a fast song. And it was like, hey, we got a fast song now.
it would have been on that album, wouldn't it?
No, the one I'm talking about is what was it called? Something about a coin.
Oh, the flip of a coin is a chance of a lifetime. Or
Oh
something.
yes, okay. That's an amazing name for a song. So it started out as like just a piano song. That was like the first song that they recorded, and the on the video
The
on the
artwork
YouTube
is me.
is you, and it
Yes.
doesn't even look like you.
No, it doesn't.
And that was actually even, I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah.
Y'all can't hear this right now, but
Oh, man. I wish they could, though.
so here, let me go ahead and say this. The name of this YouTube video, if you want to search it, it's called This Isn't the Flip of a Coin. It's the Chance of a Lifetime. Rough Original
Rough original.
by a Daily Wire.
That is the key word there.
Yeah.
Rough original.
Eden
And-
Wooten commented on it 8 years ago and said, "They are good. I don't like that language, and that picture isn't the guy singing. It's his friend, and that's my brother."
She was defending us in the YouTube comments. What
Oh,
did somebody
I guess somebody
comment?
deleted. Yeah.
I don't like that language. Eden with the replies. Okay.
So we're putting songs together at this point.
Right.
We've met maybe like 3 times.
Yeah.
But like I felt like the majority of our meetings were like people like Coleman would finally make it to the Wooten's house and we would just like play a song on the piano. Like Coleman
Yeah.
didn't have a drum set at the
Yeah.
Wooten's house, obviously.
Right.
Like the first time I really remember is when we met at the church.
Because we had to, it was because we needed to figure out, I think the offer had been floated to us to play at the D Now.
Yes.
And so we were like, frick, we got to get our crap
It's our
together
first
now.
big gig.
Like, so we were going to rehearse at the church. Oh man, dude, that video's out there somewhere. It's on Facebook.
The church?
Of us playing like the very beginning stages of Still Warm in December. Yes. And
I need to find that.
so it's on there. It's vertical orientation from a phone and everything. Like it is, and like somebody's doing something with the lights in that room. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. And there's a podium in front of Jordan and stuff. It's hilarious. So we rehearsed. I want to say we got like 3 songs down. How many did we end up?
3, because the 4th one was added on while we were recording.
Right.
And it was that what is it?
The one that I don't like. It's the one that I don't like. And everybody else liked it a lot.
That boom doom doom bang.
Yeah, I hated that song.
Boom doom doom da. Boom doom doom boom. Okay, I know
There's
that does
something.
nothing.
there was a chord in that song. This is why I hated it.
It should have been different.
It should have been different, and it sounded wrong. And at that point, I wasn't.
Star-Crossed Lovers.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
So for a limited time, only because I put these songs back out in the wild, just because. But I think one day the Galleons dared me to do it, so I did it. And I had an extra spot on my DistroKid. But you can also search A Daily Walk on Spotify and iTunes and listen to the 4 songs, which we're about to get to how these 4 songs came to be. But I'll try to collect all of the A Daily Walk stuff and post it when we post this video so that you can see
That's scary.
all the horrendous.
That is scary.
Because another picture I remember, I'm jumping ahead, but who was the girl that we gave her a shirt and we signed the shirt at the show and we took a picture? Do you remember that?
I do, but I have no idea who it was.
I just thought about that.
Those shirts
the
were
other day.
freaking sick, though.
So I want to talk about the shirts too. But anyway, so we finally meet. We play the first show at our first show, quote unquote,
at D Now.
At D Now,
and an after show.
It was.
It was like a quarter of a show. It was like we played 3 songs.
Yeah. I remember the people came in, and I don't really remember anything going horribly wrong. I just remember the whole thing felt so weird.
It was very...
Because I had never played secular music on a stage
it's a different
before.
Experience. It's a different experience.
And you have to perform. And
different
so
sensation.
I remember seeing people like Mayday Parade and All Time Low, and I started to try to
emulate it.
I would softly move into what they were doing with like head banging or moving around, spin, and then I'd realize how dumb I would look, and I would stop. And so, that's what I remember about that experience.
I can remember the lights being very the lighting being very raw and hardcore. Like the house lights were off, but I can remember this is very weird. I have very, very little memory from this, but the lights were I remember several lights being on, orangey, yellow kind of lights, and everything else being off. And so it was very grungy feeling, like we were in a warehouse or something.
Yes.
And so that was adding to the experience of this hardcore I'm having this cathartic hardcore drumming experience.
Oh my gosh.
And there is no
Our
doubt.
First show in the warehouse.
There's no doubt in my mind. You know what I just realized?
What?
How bad that room probably sounded.
Oh, yes.
Well, I knew it sounded bad, but think about this. There was corrugated metal walls, like a garage.
Or a warehouse.
Or a warehouse. Literally. Hey. Maybe that, yeah.
Yes.
So... But I'm just thinking, it was already loud in there. There's no chance they could hear, everything going on except for me. I'm sure they probably heard you guys, but, I was in the freaking zone. Aaron Gillespie style. I'm playing my freaking heart out.
Coleman was like, this is my chance right here.
Well, adrenaline took over. Like I don't even remember that night.
Yeah.
I mean, I do barely because I told you about the orange lights, warehouse style. But it was an experience like I'd never had before. There's something about it. It's different.
I will admit, okay, even though I'm not saying we were good by any means, but
I'm
like
glad you're not saying that.
it was a different feeling than playing any worship set I've ever played.
Yeah. I think there's less pressure because I don't know. Well, there's more pressure and there's less pressure at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. But like we did that show, 3 songs, like 10-minute show. And we were all like, that was so sick, bro. We're so good and all this stuff. Like
Yes.
literally played 3 songs. And what did we I guess at that point we were like, we freaking are good. Like we need to look for another opportunity to freaking shred some faces.
Yeah.
And somehow we happened upon
We stumbled upon, what was it called?
Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, but what was the place called?
Media Star.
Media Star.
This new up and coming musical venue. If you're listening to this and you're not from Shreveport has like negative 0 music scene. There's no music scene here.
There's a lot of like old school great artists that came out of Shreveport, but like it's awful. It's not good.
There's no like you can't just on a Friday night just go out and be like, I'm gonna go listen to some music. Like there's nothing going on unless you go to like a couple of different restaurants in town. There's like some bands playing there.
You know where else we played? At South Bossier.
Yeah, we did. And
I
that was
forgot
terrible.
about that.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that one was awful.
That one was really,
I just
really,
saw a
really,
picture
really bad.
Of Evan sitting down
because
at South Bossier.
Because at Media Star, Jamie played, right?
Wait, South Bossier was after Media Star.
Was it?
It had to have been because the picture.
There's no way. There's no way because I think Jay played at South Bossier or Josh. I think it was Jay. Jay played at South Bossier bass, and then I think Jamie played all of our Media Star stuff.
What in the world? I'm looking at posts. This is a post by a Daily Walk.
I don't want to know
on Facebook.
No, I forgot we had a Facebook.
It says first day of recording. In parentheses, I think I wet myself. ...
Oh my God.
Who put that? I hope it wasn't me.
I think it was you, dude.
It couldn't have been.
Maybe Jordan. Oh, 280 people like our page. Dude, check out this. Check this out.
Yeah, sick.
That's a band photo. It's
all right. Gosh. So yeah,
got mugged in downtown Shreveport taking that.
So there's okay. So here's another video I've seen. A daily walk opens for a band Philadelphia.
No, I wasn't there
at
for that.
South Bossier Baptist Church.
Oh yeah, it was. No,
did Hannah fill in?
Who's Hannah?
She was a girl that played drums.
Yes, she did. She did. Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh man is right. Dude, this.
Just gonna leave that there.
Oh my gosh. Hey guys, so tomorrow we'll be playing at Media Star again with the bands Truly and 10 Second Lit.
Don't even remember that.
It's going to be great. I think that got canceled.
Yeah.
I don't think that we did that. No, we did. What's the one where we had the psychedelic projector background the whole time?
That was the Battle of the Bands with.
No, we only did Battle of the Bands once.
Okay, so did we play 2 times? We had to have played 2 times.
Yeah, we played at Media Star twice.
Because the first time we opened for a band called Heavens to Betsy.
Oh, we played there 3 times. We played 3 times.
3 times?
We played the Battle of the Bands. We played Open for Heavens to Betsy, and we played this other show. I guess we were the headliner. No one was there. Like the other band was called. It was that poster with the phone on it. You remember?
No.
Here, I'm about to find it.
It was a girl.
Yeah,
and she sang a Kings of Leon cover.
Oh gosh,
that's what I remember.
It was really bad.
But so here's a note. Heavens to Betsy was a band, and now both of them, I believe, still play.
For King and Country.
For King and Country.
Yeah, we played for each other that night. I can remember. I tell this story all the time. All the time. We We're playing at Media Star on a Thursday night. Like, we're in high school. All of our quote unquote fans / friends it's a school night. So you can't just go and hang out late at night.
Yeah.
And there's a tornado warning. Like, it was storming outside. No one came. Literally no one came. And heavens to Betsy came from Ruston, I guess.
Yeah.
I felt bad. We literally played for each other. Like, we played for them.
Now I see what you mean by that.
We played our set for their band. That was the only other and the Media Star worker. And then they played for us. And I mean, it was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was way less pressure.
So as a guitar player, I believe I took one of the biggest steps, or my first big step, I guess, in learning about guitar effects. Thankful because of the guy from Heavens to Betsy. They were cool enough. He like stopped and like showed me his board and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, that's what's next in line. All right. So we've played at the church. We've gotten our feet wet. We know that we're going to become famous rock stars. All right. Now we're playing at Media Star. Okay. The first one was Battle of the Bands.
Yes.
That's how we got in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
let me just say, we were robbed.
were we?
No, we were when
Some
they
of the
released.
Oh, sorry. That scared me.
Gosh, that scared me
The
too.
outro music is playing. Let me stop that. Or maybe we need to stop. It's at 15 minutes. So here. We're going to wrap this up, and we're going to do a part 2 of the short, extensive history of A Daily Walk.
Yes, because this is
Because this is where things start to take off here for us as a
take
band.
off. Take off. Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
But yeah, so what you know so far is the members are me, Coleman, Evan Wooten, Jordan Wooten. At one point it was Jay Meehan. At one point it was Josh Gaston. And at the ending point it was Jamie Wooten.
Yeah.
So that's what you know so far. We've played a show. And
We're writing music, bro.
I don't want you to... Maybe I should leave it at this, but I'll just be honest. I don't want you to think of like a... behind the scenes underground emo rock band that's trying to make it big, because we were awful.
Yeah,
we had
were
to
really,
have been.
really bad.
I don't feel like we were, but we had to have been really bad.
We were really bad.
So we at this point have gotten our feet wet, and we know we're gonna make it big, and we get the opportunity to do Battle of the Bands. So stick around for the next episode to figure out what takes off. We have merch coming. We have albums coming, recording time. It's going to be great. You're going to love it.
Baby.